Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of ApplePie TableTalk. Today I have with us as our guest, Chef Fila. She is a celebrity chef to the stars and board member of NABFEME. So with our ApplePie Table Talks, we like to talk about human equanimity, and I love to interview people who have gone through adversity and still decided to be a good apple, or a good person, if you will. And you've had your share of adversities from what I understand.
Yes.
Would you care to share a little bit about some of the things that you've overcome?
Well, first of all, let me say my nationality is I'm half Filipino,
Okay.
and I'm half African American. My mother's Filipino and my dad's African American. We grew up on the west side, close to the Beverly Hills and stuff area. And so, there's a lot of things that we faced growing up. There are a lot of challenges. But the number one thing that we've always, that my parents have always instilled in me is integrity, okay, number one. Two, to always present yourself. At any time, be ready to present yourself in a positive light, right? And so you always make sure you're dressed appropriately, etiquette is on point, you're representing you to the best of your knowledge. I am a chef, I am now. For the past few years, I have been a chef to the stars. I can't really name who those are.
Right.
But
non-disclosure agreements, I'm sure.
yes, NDAs. I did sign plenty of NDAs. But I will say that I've been running hotels also before that for the last, since I was 23 years old, and I'm 46 now.
Wow.
So I've been in the business a really long time, and I've learned a lot. I grew up in the business. I became a board member of NABFEME quite years ago.
And what is NABFEME? Would you care to share with the audience a little bit about?
NABFEME is the National Association of Black Female Executives in Music and Entertainment. And so these are the ladies that grew up in the business. Our founder is Johnny Walker, and she was over at FJM. She kind of started this whole movement, NABFEME movement, women empowerment, strength in the industry, in the entertainment industry, because we've been knowing that it's a man's world, but we're letting the men know to make way for us. Not that the men aren't our rock, but they really, really do contribute to NABFEME also, and they stand as our rock, okay? Assistance in helping us up in the industry too. So we have our mentors, and we, provide mentorship to other people up in the business, and basically giving back also.
Well, men have always had their clubs. Why shouldn't women, right?
Right, of course.
And it's about time that we start helping each other up, and we give each other a hand up instead of just reaching for somebody's hair and pulling them down the ladder, which has been a little bit of my experience in the corporate world, where women just aren't always allies, and I think maybe that's one of the secrets that men have, is that we will always help each other out and show each other loyalty, whereas women will turn on someone if it will help. I mean, I don't. I'm sure you don't.
No.
Not all women, but some. So I'm glad to see that there is a movement, an emerging of women networking together and helping each other.
Well, it's definitely a sisterhood. Definitely a sisterhood. I mean, you might need advice on where to find a casting director. You might need advice on where could I find a vocal teacher. We've got those resources at NABFEME, and we're all over. Globally, we have NABFEME Africa, NABFEME Canada. We're in Canada. We're in Toronto. So we're in quite a few different markets. And the thing is, you can go over to New York and ask to talk to the network leader there. You can fly to Atlanta and talk to their people there. So we're all over. And what's great is that we come together once a year too, and hang out and network. And we have our yearly entertainment luncheon that we do every year too, around BET award time. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of synergy, a lot of positive energy, a lot of sisterhood, a lot of networking. We just have a great time. Last year we were in Pennsylvania for a NABFEME event, and I believe they have that maybe every 3 years or so, and got to meet so many people in the industry. I mean, people that have calculated royalties from, people from Berkeley, you know, people from all over, all walks of life. And these are the veterans in the industry at NABFEME. So it's been great to be part of that, you know. And I haven't been directly in the entertainment industry. I basically, you know, started off in food and beverage. Believe it or not, I actually graduated as a paralegal back in the days.
What?
So yeah, I used to be a paralegal and I totally hated it. And I quit, and I was serving my way through college, and then I became a manager for Darden Restaurants at 23 years old. And then became you know, I evolved since there. I've been a general manager for Don Shula's restaurant, Shula's 347, football coach. So, you know, as time went on, and I'm 46 now, and having my retirement job, which is a celebrity chef for all these years, I have my own private clients now. It's relaxing to me to be able to actually help others. You know, you're used to being a manager behind the scenes, you're watching the chefs work out. Well, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm going back to college and I'm gonna get my culinary degree, and I want to do some of that fun stuff.
So what's your fun stuff that you like to do at dinner parties? I would love to hear about it.
Very creative. I mean, it could be a lemon tart that I literally do chocolate figures and mermaids on top of.
Ooh.
Yeah, or my chicken salad tacos. They're the little mini tacos that go on top of a lunch. It could be anything. I just like the fancy stuff. If it's not complicated, I won't take it. Trust and believe. If it's complicated, I won't take it. I get bored with just doing the same old thing.
Right, well, who doesn't?
Well, you know, repetition is good because you get good at what you do. But sometimes you want to think outside the box and you want to do something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And you have a recipe book coming out too, correct?
I actually have a self-help book for women. It's called Loving Yourself One Bite at a Time. And
that's
I've been writing
so
it.
neat.
Oh, it is. But you know, I've been writing it for years. So let me tell you something. If you ever get writer's block and you're stuck, the only way to get over writer's block is for you to start writing. Okay? Because if you don't start writing, you're just going to be stuck, and then you're going to be, I mean, you know, we have a lot of things going on in our personal life as it is, right?
Right.
You know, I had to take the time off from writing, and then I had to make sure I threw myself back on track. Because let me tell you something, the biggest fear about people that write books, okay, that can't finish the books is because of fear. We're afraid of being successful. I know that's crazy, right?
I've heard that though so many times, and I would love to understand what your take is on that, because I agree with you. I've started writing a book myself that I've not finished either.
Right.
So
well, how do I enter this? It wasn't that I was scared of being successful. I felt like, you know, I've hit the top of the food chain in terms of what I do for a living, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing everything I dreamed about doing, which is being a chef, despite, you know, being raised to, think that being a lawyer is much better, which is not really necessarily better. What makes you happy is what makes you better. So I was pretty much afraid of facing, how should I say, being critiqued, you know? You know, sharing yourself with people. And the thing is, I don't post anything. You don't see anything negative on my social media. It's mostly about me, my kids, the food that I make. I always portray, you know, this happy person. And don't get me wrong, I really am to a point in my life where I'm very happy and I don't have any drama. But
you're not a Stepford housewife.
Right. And I wasn't without drama. Everybody has their own set of negative energy that can enter their lives at any time.
True.
But if you're not conscious of it, it can take over your life. And so my whole thing is, when you surround yourself with really great people that have positive energy and that can hold you accountable and push you towards success, then you stay excited. And what happened with me is that I was hanging around people that just didn't understand what that meant.
I'll look forward to seeing you all next week for another Apple Pie Table Talk. Thank you so much. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.